Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? I am your host, Young Bo Easy, and I would like to welcome you to the show. You are now tuned into Knicks and Dimes. Man, listen, Cam Reddish is a part of the Knicks family now, man. If you're a Knicks fan, we've been buzzing all day. You got the news and all that stuff. I'm so hyped, man. I'm like, if you've been watching since the beginning, you already know what's up, man. If you know me, you know how I feel about Cam Reddish. I even put up a post earlier, like he had a top five trade prediction uh, uh, episode that I put up 3 months ago, and I had a prediction saying that he was going to get traded, not specifically to us, but just in general, and that just, hey man, that came into fruition in the best way possible, and somehow we found a way to make him a Nick. And I say this with all due respect, we gave a bag of chips to get him. like we got him for the low. Like, feel me? It was, we got him for the low. Um, had to give up Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox was somebody who got dealt a bad hand. At the end of the day, though, there was other things that he could have done better to get himself on the court. And just to keep things brief, as far as Kevin Knox goes, he didn't necessarily do that. Especially the defensive end, he was putting in effort this year. Sometimes when he got in, he made the most of a lot of minutes when he got in this year. So I just hope, I wish him the best moving forward, man. I really want Kevin Knox to, have a long career in this league. He has the potential. I think it's just mental for him as far as the confidence goes. So I wish him success moving forward. Um, Solomon Hill was also in that trade, and we also gave up Charlotte's pick, which right now is looking like it'll probably be somewhere between that 15 or even high teens to I would say mid 20s. Uh, depending on how things, you know, get juggled up. But man, having Cam Reddish is such a great look. In that process, we also waive Archidiakono. Um, Stats, man, as far as Cam Reddish goes, man, 12 points, 40%, 90% from the 40% from the field, 90% from the free throw line, 38% from deep, after shooting 26% last season, man. And one that's not up here, I just, hey man, I've been on this Cam Reddish stuff all day, but as a starter, man, he's been averaging like 18 points every time he's been starting this season as his average as a starter. There's been some times when Trae Young been out and they needed minutes from other people, whether it was for injuries or it's for COVID and blah, blah, blah. When he got his chance, he showed out, which is why they had a chance to trade him. I'm not going to necessarily talk about why Atlanta had to trade him. I'm not really worried about them. I'm worried about us, because this is not only about how Cam Reddish is now a Knick. With him coming through now, I had an idea. And before I even get into that, I just want to say, man, I love my team, man. I love the squad, how it is right now, as a whole, and I love every player. And I felt like if we really, really was playing to our potential, which we starting to see shades of, this team could be exactly what we were saying, man. We could be back at that fourth, fifth seed, like everybody was expecting us to be at the beginning of the season. We could be on that type of time, and our peak could have been like 3 seed, and it's still not impossible. We're only like 7 games back, and we only at the half mark. So, my thing is now, right? I had a trade idea because I felt like it's not done. All right, we could talk about the Dame and all that stuff, and I personally gave up on the Dame thing. Um, I saw a little light flicker in my head that made me want and think of a way to get Dame, but we gotta break the bank to get Dame. Like, we gotta, what I'm saying, we gotta pretty much match up $39 million to get Dame. And as far as putting that stuff in trade, packages, that's gonna cost us. But I got a trade idea, and it goes like this: Evan Fournier, who I like Evan Fournier. I vouched for Evan Fournier to be more, uh, involved in the offense. And there's been times when we see that, and even now recently, him with that ankle, I believe, getting a little better, and thigh contusion getting a little better. It seems. He's been playing good, man. He might not have played the fourth quarter last game, but he played really, really good. Good, efficient basketball, man. So I like Evan Turner. But let's Evan Turner, Obi Toppin, and Mitch Robinson, right? Obi Toppin, I love Obi Toppin, but at the same time, I feel like we're somehow, maybe it's the loss of Derrick Rose. Maybe it's because Derrick Rose is not around to like run that bench offense the same way as it's been running, or to help run it, because it was typically like a him and quickly thing. So you get different aspects of what was coming at you as far as if you're playing defense against us. Um, uh, Obi is not really even looking at the basket, like and we've seen what he could do summer league. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying summer league is the same type of competition as you're gonna get in the A, but he's not even looking at the basket. And when he is, it's like forced, and the confidence is not there like it was during the summer league, or in certain parts of the season. So I feel like I want to see Obi at his best. I want it to be with us, but for the sake of this idea, I'm just saying let's put him in this package. Mitch Robinson, I literally just made an episode saying we got to cut the check. Right? Every time he's playing, I'm like, we need 80 mil. You know what I'm saying? So Mitch is another person I love, and he's like somebody I was just speaking to recently said it. He's the defensive anchor, and I wholeheartedly agree. But the Knicks, man, we've been having a problem for a little while now that needs solving. We need a number one option. You know what I'm saying? Uh, a lot of people, Julius Randle did phenomenal last season. I'm not saying it's too far-fetched that he could repeat something like that, although it's not necessary, but we need a number one option, and nobody really looks at him as a number one option. They look at him like a number two or number three. Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, Mitch Robinson will go to the Sacramento Kings to get De'Aaron Fox and bring him over to the New York Knicks. This was something I heard before, but now I put it in that trade. I put it in the trade machine, and that trade fits perfectly. We wouldn't even have to add first round picks. We wouldn't have to add nothing. They could just get them 3 players clean, and we get that 1 player clean. Why would I say that? Why would I say trade those 3 players for, pardon me, why would I say trade those 3 players for De'Aaron Fox? I would say that because Cam needs to blossom. You can't just get Cam, and then the reason he left Atlanta, one of the reasons he left Atlanta, he's not getting the minutes that he feel like he deserves. And he feel like he was gonna ask for it. He was gonna ask for a bag. And I kind of feel like he deserves it. The potential is just ridiculous. So him averaging 18 points, and he's only 22 years old, in the games that he started, compared to Evan Fournier averaging pretty much 18 points last season before he was traded to the Boston Celtics, matches up. And Evan Fournier is in year 10. He's like 30, probably 30 years old, or high 20s, if anything, which pretty much matches up. What do you get? You get great defense compared to Evan Fournier's great effort. I mean, but he doesn't play good defense. He's I'm not gonna call him a liability, but he's not the greatest defender. He's not the greatest defender. So if you start a dude like Cam Reddish, give him that confidence. You know what I'm saying? And then RJ Barrett, and you got De'Aaron Fox, and you keep Julius Randle. Now the center position is where some people are saying we could give some picks up if you still want to go get a Miles Turner. If you still want, or if you got Nerlens Noel, you got Jericho Sims, You got Taj Gibson. You got some dependable dudes. You know what I'm saying? And then that bench unit, Derrick Rose gonna come back. You got Quickly. You got Burks. Like I said, you got Jericho Sims or Taj Gibson, whoever you want to play at that center position. The power forward position is probably where, like, yeah, man, what we about to do there? We got somebody on the D League who is a monster over there on the D League. Getting like what, 29 points on average, shooting 50, 40, 90. Lucas Semanich is going bananas. And I feel like it's time to call him up. He's technically a third-year player in this league. You need to call him up. He was pick 19 in the draft 3 years ago. He'll actually look at the basket. And anybody that's shooting 50, 40, 90, G League or not, man, you give this dude some confidence and say, hey, go out there and play ball. If you put him out there with Burks, Quickly, Rose, and a Taj Gibson or Jericho Sims and get that ball moving, I feel like we got ourselves something beautiful along with the starting lineup that I just possibly said. So that's the trade idea that I had that, hey, man, this it could be something crazy. All right, so, hey, Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, Mitch Robinson, who I love very dearly, especially Mitch and Obi. But if you include them with Evan Fournier in the trade, for De'Aaron Fox, we get our number one piece. We don't even have to give up Julius Randle. Julius Randle's still with us. RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, and possibly Nerlens Noel, unless we still want to give up some picks to get a Miles Turner. Imagine that as a starting five. And then we still keep that a good amount of our bench. Derrick Rose, Quickly, Alec Burks, Jericho Sims or Taj Gibson. And then you call up a Lucas Semanich. Man, listen. That team is, and we still got Grimes. We still got Grimes. Like, it's Atlanta wanted Grimes. We ain't give him up. So like we got him for the low, man. We got Cam for the low. So that was an idea that I had. And hey, man, if you like this one, man, to see what y'all think. It works in a trade machine. I think this trade would be something crazy, and shoot, if we could definitely be competing, really, really competing. Now, I'm not saying we're going to the championship, but that would be probably easily the deepest team in the league, I would say, if we got something like that. And it's so easy, man. I just had to put my GM hat on real quick. Happy about this Cam Reddish trade, man, coming in. I'm curious to see how it's going to work out with this lineup thing. That whole thing of how the lineup is going to work out is what made me think of another trade. So I'm not sure if Evan Fournier has one of those contracts where he can't be traded in the first year. I'm not too sure how that works. But, man, even if this was something that happened in the summer, man, I just, if De'Aaron Fox don't get traded already, I feel like this is something that's could cause some stuff. A lot of left-handers on one roster, but it could cause some problems. All right, man, you already know what it is, man. I'm your host, Young Boy Easy. This is Knicks and Doms. All right. Love, gratitude, positive attitude.